Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. What's going on, go-getters? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Greetings, greetings. As you can see, it is I, Professor Gooden. We're going to continue discussing reflection in the coordinate plane. We've gone over reflection of points, reflection of shapes. We're going to continue that a little bit and touch on the lines as well in a coordinates plane. So what I want to cover today is reflection that occurs over the x-axis. Yesterday we talked about reflections that occur over the y-axis. Today we're going to move right in and talk about how do we reflect a shape over the x-axis. Yesterday, if you notice, when we were reflecting the shapes over the y, what coordinate changed? The x coordinate change. So today we're reflecting our shapes over the x. So then we're going to find out what coordinate will change today. Just like yesterday, we're going to type, or you're going to write original pairs. And then underneath here is where we'll write our reflection pairs. That means the new pairs that we're going to identify in order to reflect our shape. So when we're referring to pairs, we're talking about our x and our y coordinates. And the way we do that, guys, is just like yesterday. We're going to find the, ordered pairs for all of our vertex. So here we're looking at a rectangle. And a rectangle has 4 vertices. Here's the first one. Here's another one. Here's the third. And then here's the fourth. Why do we need those? As a reminder, we need those coordinates right here to help us reflect over here, okay? It's going to help us to draw our shape when we reflect over the x-axis. So I'm going to highlight the x-axis so we can all visualize what it is that I'm referring to. I meant to use blue. Let's see if it'll let me change the color. Properties, line, and blue. And yes, amazing. There we go. So now let's find our vertex. Our first one, it is located at, starting at the origin, 1, 2, 3 for my x coordinate, and then 1 for my y. So again, I have my first ordered pair of my x being 3 and my y being 1. Okay? Oy, you already know. Let's type it. 3, comma, 1. Okay? Then our next vertex is located, and it doesn't matter what order you go in, guys, as long as we find them all. The second one is also at 1, 2, 3 for my x and 5 for my y. 3 for my x and 5 for my y. And we know that all of these are positives. Why? Because they're located in quadrant 1. So now let's go right over here and figure this one out. So I start at my origin, I go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for my x. And it looks like I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for my y. So my third ordered pair is 9 for my x and 5 for my y. And then our last vertex is located at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for my x and 1 for my y. 9 for my x and 1 for my y. So what I'm going to do, just like yesterday, I'm going to clone my ordered pairs. Okay. Oh, it took it off because I'm recording. Let's see. Oh, there it is. I'm going to clone my ordered pairs. And yesterday, our y's stayed the same, okay? Yesterday, our y stays the same. Today, what's going to happen is our x's are going to stay the same. All of our x's will stay the same. This will help us create a reflection over the x. Whatever axis we're trying to go over, that is the coordinate that's going to stay the same. Yesterday we went over the y axis, so that stayed the same. Today we're going to reflect over the x, so those coordinates are going to stay the same. But I'm going to come down here and change all of these y's to a negative, because the location is not what's changing per se, it is what it looks like. Actually, let me fix that. It's not what it looks like, it's the location that's changing. So we no longer want it in quadrant 1, we want it now in quadrant 4. Okay, we don't want it in quadrant 1, we want it in 4. So the only thing has to change is my y-axis. Up here, quadrant 1 is positive, down here it's negative. So let's go ahead and create our reflected shape. And I'm going to use, let's say, purple. So we're going to 3, -1, start at our origin, go over 1, 2, 3, and instead of +1, we're going to go to -1. So I just plotted this point. Now we're going to 3, -5. We already know this is the location of 3 for our x, and we're going to go down to -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plot my next point. Now let's look at 9, -5. We're moving over from our origin all the way over to 9 and down to -5, which is located right here. And then our last point is 9, -1. Start at my origin, move all the way over to 9 and down to -1. And we have just created a reflection of the shape that we have at the top. Now, what do we have to do? Connect our vertices, connect all of them. So I went on ahead and got it straight. There we go. Here we go. Connect and connect. We just created a reflection of the shape over the x-axis. Go ahead and watch this again if you need to. Add this to your notes. You're going to have some to practice in MobyMax, okay? Speaking of MobyMax, I noticed that we were having some difficulties with these type of questions. So I'm going to take a couple minutes and go over 2 examples. So let's read the direction. Determine if each of the following points could be found on a given line. What line are they referring to? This blue line right here. So I'm trying to see which of these points actually fall on this line. So if I plot 2, 5, so I start here, I'm moving over to 2, 1, 2, and then I'm moving up to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This point is up here. Is it on the line or not on the line? This is not on the line, so this would go down here, 2, 5. Let's look at our next point. So this is not on the line, okay? Look at 0, 4. 0, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is also not on the line. So I would write that point over here, 0, 4. Okay, I hope you guys get what I'm doing here. So then I'm going to look at, excuse me, the next point, 0, -2. So I start at 0. That's my x right now. And now I'm going to move down, 1, 2. This does fall on the line. Yes, so I come up here and I will write 0, -2. Excuse my parentheses. I come over here and I'm going to plot -2, -3. I start at my origin, -2 for my x, 1, 2, and then -3 for my y, 1, 2, 3. This also falls on the line, so I would write it up here, negative 2, comma, negative 3. Okay? Let's look at one more example, all right? You guys can also add this to your journal if you'd like. Let's look at one more example. Here, this is a different direction that the line is going in, and it doesn't matter. We're going to once again determine which of these points falls on this line. So let's look at the first one. 1, comma, negative 1. Start at my origin. I move over to my 1, and then I go, oh, hey, you do fall on the line. So you are going to get written up here. Excuse me. 1, comma, negative 1. Close parentheses. Let's look at 0, comma, 1. Start at my origin. I can't move on my x. Why? Because my x is 0. And then I'm going to move up to 1. You also fall on the line. 0, comma, 1. Let's look at negative 3, comma, 2. So I'm at my origin. I move over to negative 3 and up 2. 1, 2. You do not fall on the line. Negative 3, comma, 2, close parentheses. And then the last one, negative 1, comma, 0. I start at 0, I move over to negative 1, and then I don't go anywhere because 0 is my y. That also doesn't fall on the line. Okay? I just wanted to review this because I noticed in MobyMax some of you were missing it. If you didn't score well on it, or if you would like to redo it, please let me know, okay? You know that it's an automatic reassignment if you got lower than a 70. All right, so now for the great news. I am going to do a Zoom session today at 2 o'clock. All right, I'm going to post the link on how you can join. It's just a Zoom session where we're going to check in, see how everything's going. You can ask me questions about what we've been covering, just talk a little bit because I haven't seen your faces. I am going to send the link in MobyMax. I'm going to send it in MobyMax so you can join the meeting. If you can't make it at 2, I'm going to try to be on for at least 20 to 30 minutes, not guaranteed. This is something that you can join even if you don't make it at 2. So I'm so excited to see you guys. Mwah, 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 mwah. Miss you, love you, and I hope to see you later.